Hello everyone, it's your favorite motivational speaker, Whitney Morgan. Thank you so much for watching Bible in a Beat, where I talk about my favorite Bible stories and I do my makeup at the same time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so that we can hang out more. Now, let's grab our Bible and our brushes and let's get into the video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the lame man at the beautiful gate, which can be found in Acts 3. Now, I love the book of Acts because it's basically just the apostles boldly pursuing what they were commanded to do in the Great Commission. If you don't know what the Great Commission is, it is basically just saying, I'm real, I save and I heal. Go preach and teach that, and don't forget to baptize folks. So that's actually what they're doing. And I hope that if you're not a believer and you just love makeup, if you watch this video, I hope that if you don't take anything else away from this story, take away that you should be bold in what you are pursuing, especially if it will heal the world no matter what the cost is. So let me tell you who they is first. Peter and John, two of the apostles, are on their way to the temple for prayer, and they come across a lame man. And if you are not familiar with what the term lame means that the man could not walk. So every day, this man's friends would put him at this gate to beg for money. And so Peter and John, while they're on their way to the temple, they see him. And he's doing his usual thing. And so when he sees Peter and John, he's like, y'all got some money? And Peter and John are like, silver and gold, we got something better. So in the name of Jesus, rise up and be healed. And y'all, guess what? The man got up and walked. Not only did the man get up and walk, after the man got up and walked, everybody in the town was talking about the healing of this man. And let me tell y'all something. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how lame or dead the situation may be. God is going to do something for you that will cause everybody that knew what you have been through to be like, oh my goodness, look at what happened to them. Can you imagine? This man has been lame his whole life. People don't probably counted him out. They probably stay away from him. Lame people back then were isolated and they lived in their own little section of the town, city, county, whatever you want to call it. And they just weren't like really included in main society. And so when people saw this man, walking, he got a little bit of change in his pocket, he got a new car, and he probably didn't. I'm just trying to make y'all relate to the situation. But they were astounded at the miracle that had taken place by way of Jesus Christ through Peter and John. And I'm telling you now, there is a miracle that is coming your way by way of Jesus Christ through you that is going to also just manifest itself in other people's life, and it will prove to them that God is able to do the exceedingly abundantly all we can ask or think, even beyond that. And let me tell you why. The lame man at the beautiful gate was only looking for money that day, but God had something better in store for him. The lame man at the beautiful gate wanted to be blessed monetarily, but God had it that he would be blessed supernaturally. Get ready to be blessed supernaturally, because you never know what God may do. So the second thing I want to talk about is the fact that this man's friends put him at this gate every day. Let me tell you something. You need some friends that are going to position you not only for greatness, but for godliness. I'm sure that this man's friends did not know that today would be the day that he would be healed. But one thing I'm sure they knew? They knew that they was going to help their friend. You see, you need some friends that if they don't know nothing else, they know that they're going to help you. They ain't going to talk about you. They ain't going to lie on you. They ain't going to make the situation worse. You need some friends that when you at your lamest and your lowest point, that they will position you for greatness and godliness. Now, you know, some friends, they be like, oh, did you hear Whitney is lame? She can't walk no more. She ain't got no money. Her man left her because she ain't got no money and she can't do nothing. They can't go nowhere. She always sitting up in that bed because she can't walk and she lame. And then you got them friends that's going to say, girl, why don't we fill out a job application so you can work at home job while you're in the bed? Or, girl, why don't we just pray about this thing so you can get it on worked out? His friends, instead of talking about him, instead of making fun of him, they just put him at the gate because they wanted what was best for him and they wanted what God wanted for him. You need some friends that want what God wants for you at your lamest and your lowest point. Another thing that I love about this story is this man knew that he was lame, but that did not stop him for asking for what he needed. Some of us are in situations right now where we need deliverance, we need prayer, we just need a word from God, but we are too afraid to go to him because we think our situation is too much for him. No situation is too much for God. No situation is too lame for God. No situation is too hard for him, period. All we have to do is ask. The Bible speaks about how if we ask, it will be given to us. If we seek, we will find. If we knock, the door will be open to us. And that is exactly what this lame man did. All he did was knock and the door was open. And you know what? He probably ain't even have all the courage in the world. You know, he probably had low self-esteem because he couldn't walk. Probably stank because he couldn't take a bath. Armpits stinking, breath funky. But he made it a point to ask for what he needed. You probably in a situation right now where your armpits is funky, your breath is stinking. Spiritually, you just feel so foul and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it. Don't let the devil convince you that you are too far in the pit to get delivered. Don't let the devil convince you that you are too dirty for God to clean you up. Don't let the devil convince you that you are too lame to be helped. Have the courage and ask for help. Because sometimes we can allow our emotions to convince us that this situation that has us so lame is going to keep us lame. And God is just waiting on us to come to him so that he can tell us to rise up. And maybe he's been telling us to rise up. We've just been too in our feelings to hear exactly what he has to say. So I'm here to tell you now, there is no situation that can keep you lame because Romans 8 says, everything is going to work for your good and nothing can separate you from the love and power of God. Even that lame situation that you think is going to keep you lame forever. Don't let the devil convince you of that, because one thing about me, I don't listen to nobody that done got kicked out of heaven. Oh, you got kicked out of heaven and you think that you can convince me that I done lost access to my blessings? First of all, Jesus understood the assignment and he died on the cross so that I may have life and have it to the full. So, hey, you devil, jot that down. Another point I want to make is that vision, that dream, that goal that you feel is lame, don't give up on it. Tell it to rise up. Maybe this semester your GPA dropped because you failed a class. Honey, that's okay. All you got to do is tell it to rise up. Maybe you're not selling as many albums as you would like to. Honey, that's okay. Tell that music career to rise up, because you know what? They're going to look up like, dang, she got her degree and she graduated with honors. Dang, he's selling out stadiums now. He couldn't even get 5 likes. But that's what happens when God blesses you supernaturally. Just because I can see it in the spiritual, but it has not made it to the physical yet, does not mean that it is not on its way. So I'm not going to let my physical sense cut off my spiritual sense. That means because I can see it spiritual, I'm going to keep on talking spiritual. Because I can see it in abundance, I'm going to keep looking in abundance. Because I can talk it in abundance, I'm going to keep speaking in abundance. Because I can touch it in abundance, I'm going to keep feeling in abundance. Because God came to give us life that we can have it more abundantly. That means that no matter what I go through, no matter what situation I'm in, I know that abundance is my birthright. Another thing I loved about this story is this man did not allow his position to determine his destination. He could have been like, I ain't got no legs. I don't know how I'm gonna get to this gate. I gotta ask my friends all the time. I'm probably annoying them. He could have let his anxiety convince him that nobody wanted to help him. But you know what? Doggone it. This man knew he was gonna get to that gate and he was gonna get some money. Do not let what you are in now or where you are now determine where you are going and where you will go. Because again, you never know what God has in store for you. Another thing I think of too, this man was just looking for money, but got total healing in his body. And I think about how sometimes we can just be praying and praying and praying. Lord, please let the relationship work out, not knowing that the abundance is in the separation. Lord, please let me get this job, not knowing that the abundance is in the entrepreneurship. Lord, please let me keep this job, not knowing that the abundance is not in keeping the job. The abundance is in receiving the promotion in heaven and here on earth and at that job. So the point I'm trying to make is, in your prayers, believe big. Be ready to receive total healing, total everything, every time you pray and every time you expect a blessing. Because you could just be hoping for some money, but you're really getting ready to walk into your fortune. And you don't even know it yet. Because that's how our God works, okay? Okay. From Peter and John's perspective, one thing that I love is that they were ready to help this man. And as believers, we will always encounter people who need to be helped, and we have to be ready to help them. More importantly, just as people in general, we will always encounter people that may need our help, and it may not even be financially. It may be just our kindness, our smile, our time, our wave, our belief in them, a like, a share, just some support to let them know that they too are rising up out of the lame situation. Peter and John did not act like they were too good to talk to him. They did not turn their nose up at him. They did not say, ugh, look at that lame man. He stinks. He on the side of the highway with that sign up. They simply said, we don't have what you're looking for. We have something better. We have something from heaven. Somebody needs what you have from heaven. Don't turn your nose up from them. Don't look at them sideways. Don't act like they stink, even if they do stink, because sometimes folks be a little funky. But anyway, leave that funk to God and you just do your part, okay? So what did we learn from the lame man at the beautiful gate? We learned that we should always have the courage to ask for help. We should always believe bigger than what we are asking for. And we should always be ready to be a blessing to those in need and be a blessing to ourselves. Alrighty, this is the finished look. I had so much fun chatting with you, believing with you, and putting on makeup with you. Continue to believe big for everything that God has for you and never let your situation dictate your destination. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. I will see you in my next video. I love you. Bye.